Hey, what's going on, guys? Goose here, man, coming back at you with a video. And before I get started, uh, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, ring the bell, do all that mumbo jumbo. All right, man. So college football season is here. As of course, they had week 0 last week, but this is this is when everybody else plays. Now, there's not really many marquee games this week. I wish there was more marquee games this week, but there is a marquee game that I am gonna, of course, be interested in. That's LSU and Florida State. Of course, these two teams met last year in New Orleans in the Superdome, and Florida State won 24-23 as they blocked an extra point, uh, uh, and that's how they won the game. LSU scored a touchdown last play of the game. And instead of going for two, they went for one, got blocked, and Florida State won the game. And here we are. Now we're going to play in Orlando. So Florida State was finished. They finished 10-3 last year, as they won the Cheez-It Bowl. I think it was the Cheez-It Bowl. I know there was two bowls. There was the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl and the Cheez-It Bowl. I think they played Oklahoma, and they won that game. So LSU is going to have their hands cut out for them this coming weekend. Of course, Jordan Travis is back. Johnny Wilson, Kenton Portier, Trey Benson. Then you got Verse on defense. Jared Verse is going to be a tough matchup. A few years ago when he was in the transfer portal, LSU was really they were really hoping they can get him, but he went to Florida State. Jared Verse is he's an NFL defensive end. A little surprised that he didn't go pro because he does have NFL talent. He's gonna be tough. We had tough time blocking him last year. I think we're gonna have a tough time blocking him this year. As Jared Verse, very good tight end. Tight end, defensive end. Excuse me. Then you got Lovett and Peyton also on defense. Florida State is a really good football team. And this LSU's going to have to score some points to win this football game. Of course, we're going to be without the running back. John Emery. Jeez, all of a sudden I couldn't remember his name. Emery. So Emery he's been missing games ever since he's stepped foot on campus. There's been some issue with him, so he's not going to play this coming Sunday. But LSU still has some capable backs that's going to see a lot of playing time for LSU. I'm curious to see how Jaden Daniels improves as he came last year to LSU, and he started off a little slow, but then he started progressing, especially after the Florida game last year. He started throwing the ball a little bit with more authority, but we have Malik Neighbors as a receiver. He's probably our best receiver. Then we got Aaron Anderson. We got him in the transfer portal. You got Chris Hilton. Got Kyron Lacey. LSU, Shelton Sampson, Brian Thomas. LSU is really loaded in the receiver spot, and we're just going to have to get the ball to him. The running back position, we still have a lot of talent. Of course, John Emery's not going to play. Goodwin's not going to play. We got Caleb Jackson, the freshman. He's been turning heads in camp. Look for Caleb Jackson to get a lot of playing time. Josh Williams. Josh Williams is a senior. I think he's supposed to play, but we'll see. And Trey Bradford. Trey Bradford was here, left, came back, left again, I think, and came back again. Curious to see if Trey Bradford gets any playing time this Sunday. But of course, we're going to be out. Mason Smith. Mason Smith has to serve a 1-game suspension. But Brian Kelly says that he was. This is what he says. Take it for a grain of salt. But he said that Mason Smith probably would have been questionable even if he wasn't suspended. But if that was the case, then why were they trying to move up the Grambling game in week 0? So I don't know. Anyway, but the offensive line, of course, the late in the going towards the latter part of the as the season went on last year, the offensive line got much better as Will Campbell, Garrett Dellinger, Emory Jones, a lot of guys that got better with playing time, and they're going to have to play well. Like I said, the Florida State defense versus is going to be a load block. LSU's going to have to run the ball well to win this football game, and not just run it with Jaden Daniels. I mean, the running backs are going to have to run it, and we're going to have to play better special teams. Last year's special teams was horrible. I know it cost us. I wouldn't say it cost us the Florida State football game, but it definitely kind of hindered our chances to win because we left two punts. We had a field goal blocked. We had a extra point blocked, but that wasn't really the main reason why we lost that game last year. But so I'm looking forward to this football game. Really looking forward to this football game. I think it's going to be a very competitive football game. As it's I've seen both sides, LSU and Florida State. Of course, fans are thinking this game is going to be a blowout either way. I don't see that. I don't see this game being a blowout either way. I think this game is going to be close, just like last year. It's probably going to come down to the last few minutes of this football game. Hopefully, the LSU Tigers can be victorious because it's been a while since we won an opening game. We lost in 2020, lost in 2021, we lost in 2022, our first game of the year. So it's been a while since we won our first game. This will be nice to start off 1-0 instead of 0-1. So yours truly will be live for that game on Sunday. So make sure you subscribe, ring the bell, and come back on Sunday so you can interact with the chat and me and all that. And hopefully Tigers are victorious. But I'm going to go and say LSU wins on a late field goal. LSU wins 26-23 on a late field goal. You guys have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time. Go Tigers!